Now, y'all, it is different, but I'm still invested.
Only apply that. Get it, don't be timid when you ain't apply that. Love a bone, give alone, leave it. I don't want no trip, baby, say like
My name is Ashley, and this is My Sweet Perspective, where I give my take on all things TV and movie related, and I am here to put you on, okay?
Guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Back to talk Paradise season 2, episodes 1 through 3, child. And we got stuff to talk about. Like I said in the intro, this feels very much like a different show. It's very much Last of Us coded. It's very much a post-apocalyptic Survivor, all of those things. But I'm invested. We are going to go episode by episode. We will talk about what happened in those episodes, and then I will give my overall review at the end. But come on, let's start with episode 1, entitled Graceland. And this is all about Annie Clay we meet as a teen who is taking care of her mama, right? Her mama, who is a doctor but has mental health issues. She's got all of the accolades and all of her degrees on the wall, all the while being obsessed with Graceland and making her daughter tell her jokes and bring different things. It's part of their comfort ritual, and it becomes something very serious to Annie later on. After her mom passes away, Annie decides that she is going to go to medical school and follow in her mother's footsteps because she's very gifted. But after having a bunch of issues in medical school, she drops out and she ends up driving to Graceland, and she's sitting there, and enter Gail, played by Angel Moore. If you know Kev on Stage, Angel Moore, the Tanksleys, all of that. I love her down bad. And I'm so excited to see her working in this space and doing what she loves. And so we meet Gail, and Gail is immediately like, girl, what you doing here? What are you doing? What do you need? What's going on with you? I just don't have any other place to go, and I don't know what I'm doing. And really extends kindness and mercy. And so Gail extends a kindness to her. And basically, when Annie is like, well, I know Graceland, I know Elvis, I know all the things. Well, hey, baby, go over there and we'll see what we can do. And so ultimately, she becomes a docent or a tour guide for Graceland, showing all of the memorabilia. This is right up her wheelhouse, and it absolutely works. Well, one day, as she's doing a tour, it's the apocalypse. It's the worst of the worst. We know how last episode ended, and we saw everything that happened with the president and how he said, I have to give the people a chance. So he basically shuts down the grid completely. And we know, based on their predictions, that there was going to be this massive weather event. The sun was going to be blocked out. There was going to be tsunamis. There was going to be all of the things. And so she immediately, having medical training, thinking quick on her feet, and living a lot of her life alone, she is like, Gail, go grab everything from over there, take it into the basement of the house at Graceland, and we're going to camp out everything you can. Get it. Now, before we can get down there, Gail messes around and falls down the steps. Now, Gail, girl, be so serious. You ain't have that to go and do. And so it's a bad break, but thankfully she has medical knowledge. But as time goes on, we understand that it's not nuclear. They go outside, they see and assess what's going on, but there is no sunlight. And so it's extremely cold. They don't have antibiotics. They don't have any medicine. She said it the best way that she could. But ultimately, I think around 40, 50, 60 days or so, Gail passes away. And so Annie's got to bury her and deal with that loss again. And so then for the next several years, she's down there alone until one day she sees the sun peeking through. And she's like, it's a brand new day and things are going to happen. And so now the time shift has happened. The sun's coming out. We're starting to do things, but we're still alone, living our best life until one day there's at the gate, and we see people bulldozing through. And if you watch The Walking Dead, if you watch The Last of Us, if you know, the post-apocalyptic world is scary as hell. All right. People come in, they rape, they pillage, they do all of the things. So I didn't know what to expect. I was very nervous. And so we meet Link very early on, who's really operating with kindness. And even though this is a group of all men, they don't really give that there's ever any threat to her during it. Now, I will say, all through episode 1, I was like, say what now? These men are armed, but they came in cooking bacon, eggs, they had it all. And she's like, so slowly, a little bit over time, she begins to trust these people. They want access to the cars because apparently they're looking for something in these older cars that they can use to get the grid back up or something is what they're doing. And so she and Link kind of build this connection. It was very, he's 25 and Shailene girl Annie, I know you older than that. But it was given steam heat, honey. And now I will say probably the most impactful part of episode 1 or scene that really got me feeling emotional and almost felt like a flashback for me personally was the scene after they've had their last dinner. They're leaving the next day and they share a moment, both Link and Annie. And it's touch deprivation. She hasn't been touched in years. She hasn't been around people in years. And even before that, she really didn't have anybody that she was close or connected to outside of Gail. And so in that moment, the tears they both cried, the embrace, it was so touching. It was so meaningful. The chemistry was there. I was like, y'all, this is what I needed. And so they share a night of magical bliss, baby. Busted out the frame. And the next day, she locks herself in the room and they have to go because they're on this mission to Colorado because they have to Alex, whoever Alex is. All right. And so they hunt real good. The next day she locks herself in and he's like, I want you to come with me. I care about you. I love you. All of these things. And she's like, I'm not going anywhere. I can't do it. I love you. That's cool. I don't love you quite, but I can't do it. I'm staying here. And she's crying, holding back the years, holding back the tears, and they got to go. And so he goes, but he leaves her a note. I'll be back for you. Damn it, if not 9 months later, she's stayed there. They're gone. She cries her tears. She cried her last tear yesterday. And now she's about to have this baby. She's growing vegetables. She's really trying to make it habitable, I guess, to bring in this new life into the world. And there's another knock at the gate. Immediately, she and me are both thinking it's Link. I'm like, oh, it's got to be Link. Oh, it's Link. It's not Link. It's Xavier's ass. His plane has crashed. He is sprawled out in the dirt and she finds him and we assume she's taking care of him. Now, let's get into episode 2, honey, and that is Mayday. And this is Xavier and his adventure, his dummy mission. Because, sir, where are you going when you can't see? You already said, I don't have experience with all this. I'm not really sure what I'm looking at. Then why would you hop your ass in a plane of all the things? And I guess that's the fastest thing, baby, but put me on the ground because anyway, Xavier crashes the plane that Sinatra provided, bad weather, hail, damage, all that. But it looked worse than hail. It was crazy. He's dislocated his knee and then he starts having flashbacks to when he met his wife. And this is my first issue. Why do y'all make these characters so unlikable? Why do you make these Black women characters so hard immediately? That wasn't necessary. I really wanted to go into this loving his wife and they just painted her in this picture as, it's so frustrating that y'all do that. Y'all don't have to do that. She can be nuanced and have all of these things. It doesn't have to be one-sided. But anyway, he's flashing back to 2004 in his Secret Service training where he had the same exact knee injury that he got from this plane. And so as he's convalescing in the hospital, he meets this woman who's in the bed next to him. She's going through a terrible thing. He's making advances because he's like, you're pretty. I like your personality and all that. And she's very closed off. Listen, I have a one-track mind. To be honest with you, I don't want kids. I don't necessarily see marriage. This isn't for me. But also she's kind of, leave me alone. It's kind of get away from me. And I get it. People have their thing, but I don't know. I really wanted to like Terry. As soon as I knew we were going to meet the wife, I really wanted to like her. And maybe it'll grow on me. I don't know, but it definitely he was the one giving all of the concessions in that relationship, really working with her. And that's why she fell in love with him. He earned it, which is fine. I think I'm just a fan at this point in life of people finding each other and making things work. You already know how I felt last season about Xavier putting all of on the president about not getting to his wife, but your wife didn't want to listen to you and you ain't want to listen to the president. So I'm just saying. So now, present day, we get back and we meet the Lord of the Flies. I don't want to see any more strange little post-apocalyptic children in their little merry band of thieves. I don't want to see it. But present day, we meet a boy named Daniel and they're silent. They don't talk. And he's like, what's going on? We find out they're a group of kids and they live in an RV and they invite him in, but they've stolen his bag, honey. They took all his stuff, his pictures, everything. And he's like, give them back. I need those. I got to go do this. I want to save the world. Those are my kids. And we have this interaction between them. This was a little bit lost on me. I didn't necessarily like the portion with the kids, and then we get this ominous thing. Oh, when you die, can we get your jacket? I didn't necessarily like that. Can I read a book to you anyway? All right. And so later, after he's leaving, Xavier spots somebody who's been following him. Again, we got innuendo from Link before that if you're going to travel out, don't go to Arkansas. This is a danger zone. It's problematic. It's the Wild West. And so we discovered that that's exactly where Xavier is. And someone's been following them. And the man says, I've been following the kids for days. Immediately, Xavier's like, I'm not playing with you. I got to take you out. We see that combat and mission, messed up knee and all. Xavier takes the man out and the kids come, baby, and they push him in the quicksand. I said, no. I said, this really is Lord of the Flies. It's Children of the Corn. When I tell you they push him into this soft dirt and sprinkle the leaves on, I was like, hell no. Next thing we see, Xavier's on the tree and he's resting. He's like, I had to. I'm sorry, kids, but I had to. He was going to hurt you guys. I had to take him out. We see a knife protruding. And oh, Lord, they're going to bury him in the earth too. They're going to push him down underneath the sand as well. Next thing I know, he's up and at it. And he goes in with a picture with his kids. And it says, I'm sorry, they done took all the notes, all the things. And my thing is, that book was so important, Xavier. I hope you committed it to memory or you should have had it on your person, buddy. Not that them little thieves want to take it anyway, because they stole everything. Now, Xavier, that happens. He passes out. Annie finds him. Next thing we see him, he's in Annie's place at Graceland, handcuffed, and you're going to take me to Colorado. He's like, damn it, I'm trying to go to Atlanta. I need to find my wife. Because Terry's the love of his life, even though she didn't never even want him. Anyway, easing on down to episode 3, Another Day in Paradise. Sinatra, this hoe knows everything. This hoe ain't forgotten nothing. Do you hear me? She's as evil and as wicked and as devious as she is. And now that you have this little weird Snow White assassin, I don't know what's going to happen because who's really in control? But we're back there. We have a new president. Sinatra is in a coma after being shot back. But anyway, she did have us back. Flashbacks, of course, go back to the conversation she had with the doomsday scientist and how humanity was going to adapt, but more problems were going to come later. A warning, a foreboding, right, of what was to happen. Again, Xavier's escaped has caused unrest. We already know that the president's son, Jeremy, was on a mission. That was one of the last things his father told him. You don't like how it is? Change it. And that's exactly what he's been doing. He's still twined with Presley. They're communicating, but apparently it's not gone very far. But he's being arrested. He's basically getting locked up so he can connect with the creator of Paradise so that he can really get to the bottom and make some change. I'm excited. Jane, Snow White Assassin, is over here getting a promotion. You've been promoted. You are our #1 employee. And she's as crazy as a Betsy bug. Again, is she in control or is Sinatra in control or are they? Because she said, all I wanted was a we. If you'd have gave me that we, I wouldn't have even shot you. But it's a mess. Nicole is demoted. And really her primary responsibilities at this point are taking care of the kids because somebody got to take care of these children at this point. The new president, Henry Baines, he just want to bring back the 4 seasons. He said, listen, a summer would make all the difference to the people of Paradise. The changing of the seasons would do everything. He's inadequate. He's inept for this job, but I did not think they were going to do him how they did him in this episode, honey. He was questioning Sinatra because she's currently now they've placed her on house arrest for her crimes. Because in addition to everything else she did, apparently she was siphoning additional energy for her family's home, stealing them. She passes her polygraph. They do the polygraph test just like they did with Xavier season 1. And again, Sinatra is a diabolical wretch. I wanted her to be taken out first season, but again, I guess we need an antagonist, but I just can't stand this heifer. I cannot stand her. So again, early on, we are still going through flashbacks of Sinatra and how she was getting this all formulated and basically how she got in contact with Billy Price, how they met. And it was actually through the president's father, because I see you're having issues getting the jobs done. And so this man is unwilling to sell his company, so he's got to be taken out. Needed to get him out of there because he wasn't willing to comply. Ultimately, she hires Billy and he goes in and his responsibility is to take out this guy, takes him out. But the guy, before going out, because of course he's taking care of his dying wife, it's a thing. But before he goes out, he says, listen, there's a kid. He's a genius. He's the only hope for the future. Once you take me out, leave him alive. And so Billy does actually do him that solid. However, we discover that that's actually Link, the young man without the beard. That's Link, baby. All back then, which is why he's trying to get back to Colorado, because he had enough knowledge about the project to know what time it is. Again, Billy, even making decent choices back then, even as a hired hitter. And again, that's how they begin the relationship, Sinatra, and how he becomes her hired gun until he wasn't anymore. Sinatra tells Jane that the new president needs a breath mint. That's the code, right, that we use. And so basically, Jane takes out the little short president because he wants to go on a jog, and they pin it all on Nicole. Nicole is up on the line for assassination. Xavier is not going to be there to stand up for her. End result, Sinatra is running everything. Again, she's running everything. This hoe has not skipped a beat, and it's really pissing me off. It's pissing me off, y'all. But you guys, let me know what you thought of the first 3 episodes so far. Again, overall, is it very different than season 2, or excuse me, than season 1? It absolutely is. But am I still invested? I am. Because I have questions now. I need to see Sinatra be eliminated. I need to see Xavier be connected with his wife again. I need to see what young Jeremy is going to do, if he's going to fight against the powers that be and really, in effect, make a change. I need to see what's going to happen with Annie and Link. Is Link going to live? Who is Alex? Drop it in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Like, comment, subscribe, hype me up. Let me know if you want me to continue talking about the Paradise Weekly. Like I said, I'm invested because I need to know what happens. But you guys let me know. Also, how much information do you truly think that Link knows? And is it going to be enough to really change anything? Because now that we know that there is a full functional, well, halfway functional society on top, people are grouping together and making ways to survive. What does that mean when they find the 25,000? What does that mean when they find the paradise? I don't know. Questions that need answers. But drop it in the comments. Let me know your thoughts, and I will see y'all in the next video. Thanks for watching.